back to Study Smart Australia, where we talk about real stories, real students, and the policies that shape their future. I'm your host, Sarah, and if you've ever dreamed about studying in Australia, or you help students make that dream come true, today's episode is one you can't miss. We're diving into Ministerial Direction number 115, the new rule that changes how offshore student visa applications are prioritised. It's not just a technical update, it's about timing, opportunity, and hope. And with me is Tom from GTE Experts, a name many of you already trust when it comes to understanding the real heartbeat of visa policy. Tom, welcome back. Always so good to have you here.
Thanks, Sarah. I'm really glad we're having this talk, because this direction isn't just a bureaucratic change. It genuinely affects how thousands of students plan their future.
Let's start at the top. What is Ministerial Direction 115, and why does it matter so much right now?
In simple words, it's the government's new way of deciding which offshore student visa, Subclass 500 applications, are processed first. It officially took effect on 14th November 2025, replacing the older Ministerial Direction 111. But here's the important part. It doesn't change who can get a visa, it changes how fast your visa is processed.
So it's like rearranging the queue, not locking the door.
Exactly. And for a student waiting anxiously overseas, that difference can mean everything.
It sounds like this was about fixing an imbalance. Is that fair to say?
Yes, absolutely. Some big city universities were bursting at the seams, while regional and TAFE providers still had room to grow. The government wanted to make sure opportunities, and students, were spread more evenly across Australia. So MD115 encourages fairness, integrity, and sustainability. It says, let's reward those who do things the right way, providers who grow responsibly and maintain quality.
That's actually comforting. It reminds me that Australia's education system still values balance and integrity, not just numbers. Now, Tom, everyone's been talking about these priority lanes. Tell us how that works.
Think of it like this. 3 lanes heading toward your dream. Priority 1, the fast lane. This lane is for students whose applications go straight to the front. It includes school, TAFE, and standalone ALICO students, postgraduate researchers, DFAT and defence-sponsored students, scholarship holders, and students enrolling at providers who still have space, meaning they're under their student allocation for the year. So if your provider hasn't filled their quota, your visa could move faster.
It's like catching the early flight before the airport gets busy.
Exactly. Perfect analogy. Priority 2, the standard lane. If your provider has gone a bit beyond their allocation but is still under 115%, you're in the middle lane. Steady progress, not too slow, not too fast. Priority 3, the slow lane. And then the red lane. If your provider has exceeded 115% of its target, new offshore applications linked to them move to the back of the line.
That must be tough for students who've already planned their studies and are waiting.
It is, but it's also a wake-up call for providers to plan responsibly, so they don't leave students hanging.
Let's speak directly to our listeners, students who might be overseas right now, checking their email every morning for a visa update. What does this mean for them?
It means your choice of education provider now directly impacts your visa timing. If your provider still has room under their allocation, you could see a faster outcome. If they've gone over, your application might take longer. So ask your provider or your agent about their current status before lodging your visa.
And MD115 doesn't change the actual visa requirements, right?
That's right. The genuine student test, financial proof, English, health, and character checks, they all stay the same. This direction only changes when your file is opened, not how it's judged.
What about the people behind the scenes, the agents and institutions?
For providers, it's about accountability. If they over-recruit beyond their thresholds, their future students could face delays. For agents, it's about transparency. guiding students toward providers that can give them not only a great education, but a realistic visa timeline.
So, it's a shared responsibility. The student's future, the agent's honesty, and the provider's integrity, all connected.
Exactly, and that's what makes this direction so important. It brings everyone back to the same table.
Let's touch briefly on timing.
Sure. MD115 applies to offshore student visa applications lodged on or after 14th November 2025. It also includes any unfinalised offshore applications still waiting in the system. Onshore applications aren't affected, and the priority year starts every 15th November and runs for 12 months.
So, timing really is everything.
Yes, the earlier you apply, the better chance you have of falling into a favourable priority window.
I imagine reactions have been mixed.
They have. Regional universities and TAFE providers love it. It finally gives them visibility and faster visa processing. Some big city universities are cautious, worried it could slow things down during peak intake seasons. But overall, the message is clear. Integrity first, balance second, and opportunity for everyone.
That's actually quite beautiful. The idea that fairness itself is the goal. Tom, for our students listening today, maybe feeling anxious or unsure, what would you say?
I'd say, don't lose hope. Australia still welcomes you with open arms, but choose wisely, plan carefully, and lodge early. The rules have changed, but the dream hasn't. And for agents, transparency and trust are more important than ever. Your guidance shapes someone's life, not just their visa.
That's powerful. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Study Smart Australia. A huge thank you to Tom from GTE Experts for joining us and breaking down the heart behind Ministerial Direction 115.
Always a pleasure, Sarah. Helping students understand these changes is what keeps me motivated.
If you'd like a free visa refusal assessment or expert help with your GTE statement, visit gteexperts.com.au. I'm Sarah, reminding you that success starts with awareness, honesty, and a plan that aligns with your purpose. Until next time, study smart, stay hopeful, and keep your Australian dream alive.